know that she's not lying about that. This is the part where she said that she just said that she was talking about his flight. She sent in that receipt as well, and she did say you got to send the info. He said, "Got you." This was July 5th. He said, "Just said that." She said, "Okay, you've been taking all day." He said, "I said you good." She said, "What you doing?" Said, "Call me." And then the 6th, she said, "On my way to the airport. My flight it actually lands at 3." So that's what you're talking about with the flight, just to confirm, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So after that, we get to the hotel. Everything's normal. Everything's good or whatever. And he told me that I have to go live in the room. So as soon as he leave the room, I go live. And as soon as I go live, Nunu pop up and she like, bitch, I know where the fuck you at. You at the motherfucking Radisson, bitch. I know that hotel because I've been in there. And he tried to make it seem like I told somebody I was at the Radisson. I didn't tell nobody I was at the Radisson. I didn't tell nobody I was in that hotel. So I wouldn't have had no way of knowing how somebody would know that. And I really do believe Nunu been in that fucking hotel because it was just too coincidental. As soon as I came up, the bitch know exactly where the fuck I'm at.
So I want to go ahead.
So he tried to make it seem like I told, but truth be told, you bringing all you rotating patterns. You bring your same every bitch you fuck with, you bring to the same places and you do the same shit, basically.
Okay. So then, was there ever a moment where you said I should not be doing this because he's engaged with this woman? Because he has claimed at the time when he was messing with you, before I play this audio, before I play both audios again, he claimed that at the time he was messing with you, he was separated or not with his current fiance, whatever, or whatever. And when I play these audios, the audio clearly says about his fiance coming up to the hotel for breakfast, and
No, she came up to his mom's house.
To the mom's house, sorry. And then he was standing outside, something about breakfast and making her think that you want to get breakfast, there's breakfast, and almost catching you, if I'm correct in this audio.
Yes.
Was there a time where you almost were caught? Can you tell us about
Basically,
that?
I didn't see her because I was asleep. So she came to get breakfast. And basically at his mom's house, I guess there's a back door, but the back door is connected to his room. Mm-hmm. So when she came and she knocked on the back door, I was asleep already. So I didn't know that she was even there. So that's why he's saying, like, it's a good thing you didn't open the door. Like, because when she was knocking, I could have thought it was him.
He does say that. And okay, let me try to play this, and I want to see if it's still muffled. We'll try to figure it out. Give me just a second, okay, Leah?
Okay.
Give me just a second. I apologize if it's still muffled. Let me try to mute her, and let me switch over, and let me try to play this so that we can hear these audios clearly. Apologies if it does sound muffled. Give me just a second. Leah, because they're saying it's muffled, and I apologize. Leah, can you play it for me and see if we can hear it? See if that's better. I apologize for that. Without the backyard. Oh my God, she really wanted to. She came because she really thought we was at a hotel together. That's why she like, I'm gonna come over here in the morning and get some breakfast. But she didn't think I was gonna be there. I'm gonna be outside waiting for you to get this breakfast.
The whole time she was in the bed, that shit crazy.
Everything happened for a reason, man. The game guys be looking out because I'm a real one on God. I don't be even doing this shit. But you can't be mad at me because I'll be like, man, I'm scared. Like, you feel me? It's all this shit going on right now. I wish they would see you in the hotel room. They gonna be on my ass immediately. I have to put you in a hotel room in Atlanta with your location on and fly your ass out at nighttime so you can still think you're in Atlanta the next day. Go to the desk. I'm in Atlanta. What are you talking about?
You ain't in no Atlanta. You ain't in no Atlanta. Yes, I am. I'm going to the desk right now. And you be in Atlanta. The next day, you ain't got to worry about it.
Okay. So before we play the second audio, tell us what we're listening to in this first audio. There's a few things we're listening to. Let's dissect this. He said that he's scared. He was talking about scared of people finding out what he was doing with you, or is there something else that he was talking about with you?
He said that all his stuff is in Miss White's name, so if he fuck up, she could keep everything or whatever. But then he also said that she need him to pay for her school.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then what is the tea with, because on this flight it says Atlanta and somewhere else, and him saying people thinking you're staying in one place when you're staying in another place, and he doesn't want people to find out. What is that talking about exactly?
So basically, what he tries to do is like fly you out and then fly you right back home, so like nobody will know.
Okay. Play
Like
the
when Mazzy was
play.
showing her receipt, she said like the messages said like I'll have you back in 24 hours type shit.
Can you play that before we play the second one? Play that
Well, the second
audio
one and the
one.
first one is all I just played all together. I
Okay,
sent you. I had to cut it up piece by piece.
play it for us one more time.
And she really she came because she really thought we was at a hotel together. That's why she like, I'm gonna come over here in the morning and get some breakfast. But she didn't think I was gonna be there. I'm gonna be outside waiting for you to get this breakfast. And the whole time she was in the bed, that shit crazy. Everything happened for a reason, man. The game gotta be looking out because I'm a real one on God. I don't be even doing this shit. But you can't be mad at me because I'll be like, man, I'm scared. Like, you feel me? It's all this shit going on right now. I wish they would see you in the hotel room. I'll just go be on my ass immediately. I have to put you in a hotel room in Atlanta with your location on and fly your ass out at nighttime so you can still think you're in Atlanta the next day. Go to the desk. I'm in Atlanta. What are you talking about? You ain't in no Atlanta. You ain't in no Atlanta. Yes, I am. I go to the desk right now. And you be in Atlanta. The next day, you ain't got to worry about it.
He's talking to Leah. So he's saying at this time, Leah, that him and Miss White were not together.
I never went through this much shit ever. And then you don't even, it ain't even love here. It's just for no reason. What you mean it ain't no love here? We not in love. We discussed that yesterday. I ain't in love with you, but yeah, I care about you. That's what you said. Not in love, no, but yeah, like it's some feelings there. I ain't in love, no.
So he says there he cares about you. There's feelings there. Is he in love? No. He's speaking with you there on the phone, correct?
Yes.
So let's. Okay. He's saying that he was not with Miss White during a period of time, but oh Jesus, do you possibly know why if he was not with her, as he's saying, why she would be coming up to check on him or see like why he was afraid? Do you know any of this? Did he
Because
confide?
they work together. Because y'all remember when he went back to Miss White House to like prove to Nunu that he wasn't with me. He was like, "Bitch, you just jealous." Da 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 da. And then he went back to Miss White House and had her rubbing his feet. Because they
Yes.
were still together.
Were you and this man? So there's feelings involved. You and him were intimate.
Yes, we had sex.
Was it protected or unprotected?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Okay. How many times did you have sex?
Well, we really had sex a lot, but I was only there for 2 days. But we had sex like pretty much the whole time I was there, pretty much.
Yeah. And it was as we see in the messages, you say to him, when are you coming back? And I miss you and stuff like that. He was in and out constantly.
Because he had to go do stuff. Like he had to go cut
Were,
grass at his house and like kid stuff and prove to
were
y'all
you
that he wasn't with me type shit.
were you oh yeah, the not with you. So you get flown back, you go home, okay? And you have not spoken out about this when you were supposed to speak out about this, when people ask you questions, X, Y, and Z. You have been quiet for a long time. Why were you not speaking out about this whole time? Why did you choose maybe until now? What made you say I'm not going to come to light? Was there a fallout? Did something happen? Or were you told not? Like, what was the narrative? Or did you just not want to speak about it?
Well, at first, like, I didn't want to, but then, like, he kept, like, trying me and talking crazy to me and shit. Like, it was just unnecessary, like, disrespect, like, for absolutely no reason. It's like he almost wanted me to tell. Like, he was, like, picking a fight with me. And it was weird. Like, and he wasn't doing it on live. He would, like, do it over the phone or, like, in text messages to act weird.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, everything took a turn. It was that day where I had got real drunk or whatever. And basically, it started with that Quaisha girl. Because she was trying to make it seem like I was currently talking to someone she's talking to or something like that.
And we have that. Just a second. Pause. We have that receipt as well. Just a second. We have that receipt between Quasia and him thinking that you were talking with someone else. And you were
And he
planning
also
on.
said to me that he was like, why would I, over the phone, he verbally said, why would I give you money if you get money from someone else? That's what he said to me.
Yes. So right here, well, let's show this receipt as well. Right here, with the whole Quasia thing, this is what you're talking about, where it says you're gonna come to ATL, you want to go somewhere else. That's you talking to him. And he said, you tell me it doesn't matter where, as long as I see you, to be honest. And then this is the 18th. So this is recently. This is July 18th. What? And then says, you making me horny. And he said, amen. And he said, I need it ASAP. And he said, you getting sex already. And you said, from who? That is the Quasia person you're talking about.
Yes, he thinks that I'm fucking a whole bunch of niggas. And he thinks I'm getting money from a whole bunch of niggas.
Okay. And then also, this is really interesting here, because after all this happened, I want you to tell us this scenario. This is interesting, this message. You don't text back. Yes, I do. Barely. You know where, he said, you know where we at. And you said, what does that mean? And he said, we locked. So what exactly is that talking about?
Like, I don't know. Like, he confused me. Like, one day he talked like we a couple. Next day he talked like I'm his little sister. Next day he talked like he fuck with me. Next day he like, bitch, I put my dick in you. Why is you doing that? And next day, bitch, we just fuck. Like, he just confused me. And I, like, look, he just played mind games.
So did you ever think to reach out to Miss White or to say anything to her, like, hey, girl, your fiance is, because she almost caught you. As we
I
heard
thought about it, but the way he make it seem like she ain't gonna go nowhere. Like, it's like a waste of time. Like he done dragged it all the way to the fiery pits of hell. She not going nowhere. So it's like, why waste my breath?
Yeah. Wow.
I'd rather
And
tell Vico than tell Miss White, because Miss White don't give y'all give a fuck more than Miss White do. No shade.
oh wow. So today he went on live and decided to show messages and texts and all that and whatever, blah blah blah. But did he know that you had these audios?
I mean, no, because honestly, y'all wondering like why I started recording him. I didn't start recording until like last week. I could have been recording him. That was not my intentions. I could have
So
been.
these audios were recent.
Yes, that phone call was like, if you look at the actual, I could like show you the date on the recording. I started that was Tuesday, 4:33 p.m. I started recording him because he was giving me conflicting things. Like, we talk on the phone, and y'all can say I'm a snake. Fair. But if we talk on the phone, you talk to me a certain way, but then you text me a different way. Then you get on Bigo, you act another way. That's three personalities right the fuck there.
That was Tuesday.
But I'm a snake.
That audio from him saying he was scared and all that and all the blah 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 was Tuesday.
And then he says I'm extorting him. If Pastor can produce receipts that I said, if you don't do this, I'm gonna do this. If you don't do this, I'm gonna do this. Then I'll shut the fuck up. But he can't do that. I never extorted that man. Ever.
So because people are trying, because people might say, oh, she's a liar. People say, because one thing is for sure and two things for certain. A receipt is a receipt. So I want you to not only show us the timestamp of that audio, please, and then I want you to play the audio, just so we're sure, because we love a receipt.
See that right there?
Yep, Tuesday 4:33 p.m. Okay, and then she can hit play.
Making sure that it don't get there with what you're doing. I mean, that's not my intent. I think that, like, I just need to work on the way I think I'd be overreacting.
I didn't start it over, my bad.
I'm in the front, in the middle of the street. She pulled it out the backyard. Oh my God.
Backyard of the house.
She really wanted to kick on because she really thought we was at a hotel together. That's why she like, I'm gonna come over here in the morning and get some breakfast. But she didn't think I was gonna be there. I'm gonna be outside waiting for you.
When he said thought we was at a hotel, he was talking about you and him.
Yeah, because we really did have a hotel, but he was trying to prove to Bigo that he wasn't at a hotel. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
The whole time she was in the bed, that shit crazy. Everything happened for a reason, man. The game gods be looking up because I'm a real one on God. I don't be even doing this shit. But you can't even be mad at me because I'll be like, man, I'm scared. Like, you feel me? It's all this shit going on right now. I wish they would see you in the hotel room. God, they gonna get on my ass immediately. I have to put you in a hotel room in Atlanta with your location on and fly your ass out at nighttime so they can still think you're in Atlanta the next day. Go to the desk. I'm in Atlanta. What are you talking about? You ain't in no Atlanta. You ain't in no Atlanta. Yes, I am. I'll go to the desk right now. And you be in Atlanta. The next day, you ain't got to worry about it. I never went through this much shit ever. Ever. And then you don't even, it ain't even love here. It's just for no reason. What you mean it ain't no love here? Like, we not in love. We discussed that yesterday. I ain't in love with you, but yeah, I care about you. That's what you said. Not in love, no, but yeah, like it's some feelings there. I ain't in love, no.
Okay, so Leah, I have a question for you. Thank you for providing receipts. We love receipts, first of all. And I have a really prime question that I want to ask you. Before I ask this question to you, because this is a really valuable question, can y'all, regardless if you like this woman or not, can y'all please run her up and get her to 200? Because I'm about to ask a really prominent question that I would like her to answer. Can y'all please run her up? There's something that I think we need to clear up. Because at one point in time you did say, I know you said it here, you didn't want, no, can y'all run her up to 200K, please? Get her to 200K, please. I know that one point in time you were seen on live saying he nutted all up in my pussy, and, I don't know if you were joking or not, X, Y, and Z, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I know you laughed, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Run her up, but I do want to ask you something. Run her up, y'all. Run her up, and I'm about to ask her a question that I'm pretty sure we all want.
Run me up.
Yeah, run her up, please. Get her to 200K, because there's something that I think there's one main question that people really need to know that we're trying to figure out. So just a second, I'm gonna help see. Yes, y'all, run her up. She's almost to 200, please. We need 12K from her. 12K for her, please. Are you going to take a pregnancy test? Don't answer that just yet. Please don't answer that just yet. Don't answer that just yet. Get her to 200K. Get her to 200K. Get her to 200K, please. I'm not trying to be funny. I really,
That was a real question?
Yeah.
I thought that was rhetorical.
No. Just a second.
I mean, I should take one.
Wait. Because you need 13K. Hold up. We don't do shit until we get 13K. Hold up, honey. Hold up. We don't do shit. She need 12K, y'all. Run her up. Because there's two questions I want to ask her, actually. She's not answering shit until y'all run her up. I don't give a damn what y'all want in the motherfucking comments. Okay? She needs 6K. Y'all know I don't operate. I'm a businessman first. If you got a problem with it, bitch, get the fuck on out. We run my guests up here for the people who want to know whether you like them or not, ho. Don't play in my motherfucking face and don't play my guests. She need 5K, 4K. Whether you like somebody or not, you don't get free entertainment over here. 3K, 2K, 1K. Thank you. Leah, I know you came on live the other day and you was like, he nutted all up in my pussy and everything. Now that we have audios, we have recordings, we have text messages, on both sides. And I know you didn't get into the unprotected sex, so we won't touch on that. If there was protected or unprotected, did you ever think about, or would there be a pregnancy test?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I was gonna wait till like my period supposed to come on the what's today? Oh damn, it's supposed to come on the 7th. It's the 8th, so I might as well take one.
So wait, your period is supposed to come yesterday,
Yeah,
and
I guess I gotta take one, but I might wait till like another day because periods be like a little touch and go.
are you nervous at all or anything?
A little bit. The last time I took one, that shit shook the fuck out of me. No shade.
So you're gonna wait probably till tomorrow and then fill us in.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
I'm not lying. I was supposed to cite the comments. My bad.
you're supposed to swipe them comments, girl. Them comments, do not even pay into them comments. Okay, so where do you and Pastor Keith stand now?
Well, I blocked him. The last message I sent him was whatever in a middle finger emoji because he was texting me weird shit.
Like,
Don't be extorting me. Like, I never extorted him.
so extorting, is it because you had the audios and you had the receipts?
I never told him I had no audio.
So what do you think this
It started around the time that he gave me money, like when I was going through my situation. That 200. It started when he gave me that $250.
Okay.
And basically, he tried to make it seem like I had tried to use him for money and tried to extort him for money. And ever since then, like that's the narrative he tried to paint in his head. Like he'd get on Bigo and be nice and cordial and shit, and like act funny or be cordial in front of the church. But like he talked to me differently.
Yeah. So how much did you receive from this man?
On Cash App, $250 that one time, and it's $60 from another time. And then he gave me cash before I left to go to the airport. Well, when he was dropping me off at the airport.
And I know you had those receipts of the Cash Apps. You already showed those previously, but
Yeah.
You don't have. But the money he gave you, the other money in cash.
Yeah, before he dropped me off at the airport. Well, while he was dropping me off.
And why was that? Did you say like, why are you giving this? What? Or
Well, he told me to get something to eat and stuff like that, and he just gave me some money.
Yeah. Okay. You've never had any contact with Mrs. White besides that one time you were almost caught, right?
I mean, I've said hey to her like sometimes during lives, or like I've gifted her stuff before, but not really. I haven't really interacted with her.
Okay.
Pastor was saying me and Miss White and all the church ladies should have a panel together and like do like shows like that. But I feel like that's weird. Like, how you gonna fuck somebody and then tell them they need to do a show with your wife on Bigo?
Yeah. Or your fiance that's your current
fiance.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to give you the floor to say anything, regardless of, let me just say this. Regardless of how someone feels about someone in these comments, receipts are receipts. Audios don't lie. Text messages can be doctored, photos can be doctored, but one thing that cannot be doctored is audios, conversations that are being recorded. That is a fact, regardless of how you feel about someone. An audio is something that cannot be doctored. A timestamp is a timestamp. So what I'm going to do, regardless of what's going on, is a lot of times we like to blame the woman in the scenario, but the woman is not the one in the relationship. Liyah, I'm going to give you the floor to say any last words that you would like to closing out this interview before I switch over and take questions and X, Y, and Z, just in general. And once again, I thank you for coming up and speaking your piece and giving us audios, photos, text messages, and receipts of, your experience of, dealing with Keith Jones and almost Miss White, because you almost got caught. But yes, I'm going to let you close out with anything.
I just want to say this. Like, I really did not want this type of smoke with Pastor. Like, I really did not. But I just personally feel like the fact that he made me come out and lie and say, like, I was lying. And then he had that whole live with the congregation calling me crazy and slow and all of that weird shit. Like, if I'm doing all of that shit, like, you should be way more nicer. I shouldn't get no type of attitude from you. I'm lying for you. Like, that's some weird ass shit anyways.
And you were lying. You were lying for a very long time. You didn't,
exactly.
You didn't produce any receipts for a very long time. When people asked you to produce receipts, you didn't give anything. What was
exactly, because I didn't want no pressure with him. But it's like I can only deal with so much disrespect from one person.
What was your conversation behind the scenes when you had moments of almost coming out and being like this is actually what happened?
He was just like, why would you fuck up a good thing? I still fuck with you, da 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 da. Like basically trying to like make me not tell, like just saying whatever he could say to like make me not say anything. Like I'm gonna
Have
help
you?
you get an apartment. I'm gonna help you do this. But it's like, how would you expect me to believe you're gonna help me get an apartment when you trip over $250? Like I just like I'm good on it. I'd rather get my own shit. Like I don't want his help.
Yeah, she already played the audio message. She already played the audio messages for us twice. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you close out before I say one more thing. Go ahead. Go ahead. Leah.
And I want to say this to Golden, bitch. You talking all of that shit because you thirsty for that dick too, bitch. You weird as fuck. Bitch. He said you need to go through puberty, and he said that your car always breaking down, and you just lost your job last week, bitch. He said you asked him for help, and the only thing he gave your ass was $60 fucking, bitch. So you can eat multiple dicks, especially pastors. You weird ass, hungry ass bitch. While you copying me with them chopsticks in your bun, bitch. You a weirdo. But that's all I got to say. I'm
Well,
done.
thank you again, Leah. And I know you're gonna go over live, and I want to say this much: you might get some trolls, you might get some shit talkers, you might get some X, Y, and Z. But honey, do your thing. You provided us with audio receipts, and baby, can nothing beat that. A photo can be doctored, and so can a text message. But one thing that can't be is a goddamn message between, an audio message between two individuals. So once again, I want to thank you for coming up here. For the people who want to know, for the sit down interview, I'm sure plenty of people will have questions for you. Have your admin on standby to do what they need to do to mute and kick the trolls and the ridiculous folks. I will do the same. Thank you again, Leah. And we're going to follow up. I'm going to text you in a few days, and please follow up with me when it comes to that pregnancy and the period and stuff like that. And we'll look
Okay.
into that. All right. Thank you so much. Wait, before you go, did any of y'all season her really quick? Season her really quick. Season her before we drop her, because I know y'all going to want to ask her
Yeah,
some
somebody
questions.
send me a shield. What does shield look like right quick?
Can someone give her I don't you know what blows my mind? It blows my mind that people see shit in front of their face and still want to say that somebody's lying. A bitch can tell you the sky is blue, and if a bitch will sit here and lick somebody's ass, they'll still be like, no, girl, my best friend said the sky is red. Like, girl, there's a shield.
Thank
Period.
you.
Period.
All
Because we
right.
got in here, okay? Period. Oh, child, they say people operate like a real church, honey. They want to condemn you to hell, but be the first ones
Yeah.
behind the pew fucking on little boys. Anyways, thank you so much.
Or fucking on the pastor.
Well, girl, that's on that. And we're going to close with that. I'm going to switch over to a solo dolo. Period. Thank you, my love.